Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Quali, and I'm back with another serious topic. Um, Man, it's been about a year since I've been on, did some content and was talking my ish and whatnot. But it's a new year, y'all. Not a new me, but definitely a new year, right? Because that's always the mantra when we get around this time. Everybody has New Year's resolutions and they have a new outlook on life and how they're going to approach things. They're going to be doing things differently. And 9 times out of 10, that's not going to happen. But that's neither here nor there. I'm here to, get back on track because it's been some time and I need to really, I've been doing a disservice to my followers, my peeps, man. I've been neglecting y'all for too long. Life happens. Just celebrated a year of marriage with my wife. Um, Now we're surprisingly expecting our second kid. So a lot has happened, and it's real out here. So appreciate y'all for staying tapped in and inquiring about where I've been, what's going on, when I'm gonna drop some new content. So believe me when I say I haven't forgotten about anybody, and I definitely have wanted to get some information out there, but you know. I got other obligations that take a lot of priority. My family comes first, so I got to make sure that everything is on point with that. So yeah, but again, like I said, I'm back with another serious topic. This is actually a continuation because there's been so much going on in the world and specifically society when we talk about man versus woman, and now I ain't even gonna get into the other intricate things that I ain't trying to get canceled no time soon, man. I ain't trying to uh, shout out to Cat Williams. If you know, you know, right? But I want to talk about dating, right? Because I have one of my third episode from season one that talked about, well, the title was The Pressure, right? Dating for Black men today. But I want to put a spin on it, right? Because I talked about it from the perspective of what we go through or not. But today I want to talk about women, women, and just how a good majority, I'm not going to say all, I'm going to say a good majority, especially, and I can't even put it on like generation, right? Because you got some seasoned ones out here that can't get right. You got some middle-aged ones that I don't know what they're thinking. And then this younger generation, oh Lord, I got two sons, so and the one that's on the way, we don't know what it is, but I may have three sons, and I'm like, I got to figure out how to protect my sons as a dad from these women, because this man, we talk about cutthroat. I mean, cutthroat to the core, just grimy, nasty, gritty, like like on some DMX, some DMX ish, right? I don't know how to gauge it. I don't know how to break it down, conceptualize it because it's so crazy. But today I want to talk about the audacity of women when it comes to dating because it is real out here. And it's like, where do I start? Because there's just so many things, right? When I sit back and think about it, like I said, I'm married, so like I've been out of the dating scene for a minute. It's been a hot minute since I've been on the dating scene. So I don't really I haven't experienced anything crazy. My wife, A1, man. I ain't no complaints here. No one's perfect, but my wife, I would take her again. Well, I married her, so of course I take her over any woman that's out there, right? Well, woman that was born a woman. Let me not get on that, but um, yeah. So it's just like I see so much, right? And it starts with where do these women get the idea that they Caroline, right? They ish don't stink, right? Right? Roses, right? Y'all, Andre, three stacks, right? I can't fathom where this frame of reference. Don't get me wrong, like I have a clear understanding of where it comes from, right? It stems from, we talk about traditional this, traditional that, back in the day. Well, when tradition became something, right? And I think, honestly, I believe that really came into effect. Um, well, I guess it depends. It depends. Like when we talk about the start of the 1900s, right? Because during slavery, you couldn't get married, and as far as dating, that y'all might have liked each other, and depending if y'all was on the field or in the house, that played a big portion on how you interacted with folks. But your interaction with the person that you're interested in was centered on your slave master. So if they deemed it worthy and you showed promise and was a contribution to the plantation, you were able to make those moves. Or depending on, if it was a breeding plantation where they paired you with the biggest and strongest, and because they wanted the like a prime, like more of like from an animalistic stance, like, oh, the strongest buck or guy or the prettiest girl, or who they both have height on. We need someone big and strong. So they're pairing folks based on these physical attributes or whatnot, right? So I can't really call it when it really came to effect when we talk about chivalry. I'm talking about chivalry, right? Courting, like going through the premise of, oh, I like you. When we talk about traditional, right? I like you. I want to date you. I'm interested. So first things first, I gotta go talk to your father. Let me talk to your father, get his permission to take you on a date, and then we take it from there. But with that, it wasn't because we live in a society that's overly sexualized. So, if they got a nice tail and they looking right, BBL on point, oh, that's the one I'm going for, right? But the buck tooth, 4-eyed, weird looking one, I'm good on her. But that's the one that you need to be looking at, honestly. But yeah, but now like I think about the the audacity of these standards that come with dating women, right? Right, when you're heterosexual and well, because I don't know what goes on in the other community, because I don't know if these rules apply. Because if you are a woman dating a woman, who paying? Who where y'all going on dates at? Or what's the standard of? Well, you broke, you can't take it here, you can't take it, right? But the audacity of these stipulations and all this other stuff, and of course, and again, I ramble from times, so I apologize, but that's just how my mind works, right? But all right, let's get back. Let's get back on track. So the audacity of women when we talk about dating, these standards, the new thing now is there's a bucket list of things that places you can't take a woman for the first date. Like crazy, crazy. For the first date. Cheesecake Factory, Applebee's, Chili's, I think Red Lobster's on there. I can't take you out for coffee. We can't go for a walk. Like, first of all, last time I checked, if we going somewhere and I'm paying for it, how you gonna tell me where I'm gonna take you to go eat some food at? You should be grateful that I'm actually paying for you to eat anyways. You got your own money? Because if you got your own money, by all means, ball out. We can go treat me to dinner, treat me to lunch. Do me a favor. I like to keep some coins in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, when I heard about that initially, I'm just like, ain't no way that we sitting here and the premise of dating is based on a pocketbook. Now, don't get me wrong, right? When we talk tradition, and again, it goes back to being traditional and modern. Like, there's no other way around it, right? We talk about dating, we talk about emphasis, we talking about the frame of reference. You either have a traditional perspective or you have a modern perspective. Traditional is you go by traditional ideologies, which is the man is the head of household, he's the protector provider, he goes out, he works, he's a disciplinarian for the kids. If there's something that needs yard work, he's cutting the grass, taking out the trash, cleaning the gutters. If something breaks, he's fixing it. And the woman, she is the one who, if there are children, she's taking care of children. She is making the house a home, whether that be cooking, cleaning, doing laundry, keeping the aesthetics of the house, right? Paying the bills. The man gets the money, gives the woman, she pays the bills. She's catering to her husband, that feminine energy, rather it be whatever, right? So we talk about those traditional roles, that as far and few. Because you think about it, most of y'all, if you're like me in your early 30s or whatnot, you had your grandma, that's what she did for your grandfather. You know what I'm saying? Um, um, So those are things, and your grandfather, that's what he did. Pop, he was out here. That's what he was doing. Meemaw, that's what she was doing, right? So now we look at things. It's always from this perspective of 50-50. But I'm gonna get into that a little bit later. So now we. So again, I can't take if I take you on a date. I can't take you to Cheesecake Factory. And think about it is Cheesecake Factory is actually a nice place to go eat. Chili's is a decent place to go eat. Now it'd be a different story if it's like, all right, I'm gonna take you on a date. We're gonna go hit Burger King, Wendy's, like on some drive through ish, right? I'm gonna take you to the drive through, and that's gonna be what's going on. But honestly, on the back end, regardless of where I take you, you should be grateful to begin with. It's a meal that you get that you wasn't gonna get to begin with. So I don't. That for me perplexes me. And again, like I said, I have two sons. I have to protect them. Like I don't understand that concept, right? And we didn't even get into the other stuff. That's just one thing, right? We ain't talking about height preference. We ain't talking about job preference, like as far as the money you make, and other little dynamics, right? But it was a comedian who said it. Chris Rock. Chris Rock said it on his tambourine stand up. Right, men are not valued in society when it comes to just our opinions and what is asked of us. The expectation is either you perform or you trash. Perform or you die. Perform or you die. Women, however, get all of these accolades. They get all of these instances that make them um it's like an enabling syndrome, right? We love to enable women. Oh, she's a big girl, but you know what? We're gonna call her a BBW, right? A big beautiful woman, right? Oh, uh, she's dealing with other stuff, right? It can be hygiene stuff. Oh, okay, we're gonna hit her with the Vagisil, right? Again, I'm not a woman. I don't know what y'all do on that level, but there's all these caveats to. Well, welfare. Let's talk about it. Yeah, no, Eric, you can't talk about welfare. Yes, I can. Hey, I grew up on it. Single mother, I grew up on it, so I know. And as a father with two kids, right? If something was to happen to my wife, I get it. Who knows? But if I do get it, if I'm walking around with a link card or a food stamp card, I might get looked at differently. You know what I'm saying? I might get looked at differently because that the expectation is as a man, you need to go get you a job. If you're not making enough at your job, go get another job. Because your job is to perform, regardless of what people say. Just like Chris Rock said, it's your job to perform, and if you don't perform, you failed, you suck, you should die. You don't deserve to be here. So again, we talk about these double standards and how things are conducted that make it difficult for the battle of the sexes and whatnot, right? So again, okay, I digress a lot because that's just kind of how I work. Sorry, my as y'all know, I'm working on my PhD right now. My chair gets on my tail about my writing, how I write. So I'm getting it. It's coming together, y'all. But right now, that's just what it is. But so again, going back to it. Then, like I said, even going back to the certain things we talk about Kevin Samuel. Shouts out our Kevin Samuel, RIP, man. You was a genius. You're a legend. I respect you. I should respect your work. And for those who condemned you and scrutinized you, they can fall. They can walk on Legos and fall like here with no socks and shoes on because they didn't see the essence of what you were trying to convey in your work, man. And it's not like you were holding women to a standard. You held men to a standard too. So for those who didn't check in with Kevin Samuels and just looked at the clickbait, because that's what a lot of people do. They tend to only look at the surface level. They don't ever dig deep into things, and then they end up looking like an idiot after the fact. So if you're one of those people, sorry, not sorry. But yeah, well, this frame of reference that a man has to be fully complete in his work before he can step to you. Houseway, help me understand how I'm supposed to be A1, top notch, have all my stuff together when it comes to us courting each other. And what do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table when it comes to that concept? Because I've yet to hear what is brought to the table. And I have, so yeah, y'all, as people may know, I work in education, so I'm at the collegiate level, so I'm around young students, young adults all the time, from ages 18. Some people as old as 30, depending on what level they're. If they're a grad student working on a master's or a PhD, right? So I can't even count on both hands how many times I've had a conversation with a young lady, and when we having these conversations about what a man needs to bring to a table when it comes to dating and all that jazz, and what he's responsible and the expectations are. And then I ask, okay, so you saying all this about him? What's your expectation? Like, what do you bring to the table? First thing come out of my mouth, me, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, what Melvin say off Baby Boy? You got an Oedipus complex. You want your mama to be your woman, but that's his woman, right? So you want me to sit here and believe that I'm supposed to make six figures? Okay, maybe I got to be 6 foot, but I got to be a certain height. I got to be able to jump, scale buildings, fly like Superman, um, do backflips like Black Panther. I got to do all these things, and then when it comes to asking you, what's your contribution to our relationship, and you say you're the prize. I That is so freaking stupid. It shows that you have no tangible skills, and it shows that I have no reason to want to invest in you. And this is why, um, um, this is why I like with my sons, I would tell them, like I would tell my sons, like, again, and me and my wife had these talks. I was like I said, we got two boys, so we have these conversations. I'm telling you, from what I see, um, from what I see, what's going on in society, I would tell my sons off the rip, you owe a woman nothing. Even if you like her, even if you want to get to know her, spend time with her, or whatnot, get to know her, you owe her nothing until you're ready to put a ring on her finger. But with that, she has to show you that she's deserving of that ring on her finger. If she's coming in saying that you have to do X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 that's not the woman for you. Because that means that she's selfish, she's self-centered, and her mindset is going to bring you down as a man. You'll never accomplish your goals because you're going to have to cater to her and what she needs at all times, and all she has to bring to the table is herself, which is bananas to me. Um, so yeah, that's where I'm at. But um, on the flip side, if this next one is a girl, I'm gonna have the same conversation with my daughter. But my conversation with my daughter is gonna be, it's not gonna be the same thing that you gotta be an independent woman. Yes, I want my daughter to be independent. I want her to be to think critically. I want her to be self-reliant in case she has to be. However, you still gotta be in tune with your femininity as a woman. Cause don't no man want no burly, masculine, alpha wannabe woman dealing with it. Like, if it is that guy, he a little suspect. He might want your brother when it's all said and done. Like those beta dudes, and when I ain't talking about simps, simps are different. Simps are ones that want to sit here. Simps are the ones that go to the strip club. That's what I consider a simp to be. A simp is someone that goes to the strip club. Why do you have to pay money to go see some ass? Like, see a woman naked. You might as well pay. You simps are guys who pay for OnlyFans. Simps are guys that be in a chick DM on IG, TikTok, and all this other stuff, thirsting. Like, those are simps to me. Simps are guys that sit here and they make it hard for men like me and others out here that's trying to stand on business, right? We standing on business, right? Moving forward, but they do these things that actually feed into these ideologies that these women have, that I'm the prize and I don't have to do anything because I'm the prize, which is a fallacy. That is not true. There's no merit behind that. And the fact that a lot of these women think that way, this is why dating is trash in a lot of cases. And again, I'm just speaking on the fact of women. I haven't spoken on the fact of men, like as far as why dating is trash. Um, for women regarding men and their actions. So if you're gonna have a comment about what I'm saying and where I'm saying it, oh, you just talking about women, you bashing women. No, I'm not. My reference right now is women. I'm talking on the topic of women, so I'm going to speak only about women. And if you can't deal with that or understand that, you need to hit skip, go to the next episode. Don't unsubscribe because I still got some information for you. But at the end of the day, I'm talking about what it is with women. That's why the title of it is The Pressure of Dating the Audacity of Women. Because it for me, it is audacious for someone to sit here and have these mindsets that are not conducive, one-sided, and then honestly be on some gaslighting. Like, why would you invite me out and bring me to this restaurant? Do you go to this restaurant on your own terms? Oh, you do? Hmm. So you broke because you took yourself to Cheesecake Factory, or your homegirls y'all broke too? Like, I don't think people really think about what they're conveying when they're conveying it, right? When it's all said and done. Because if this is a spot you don't want me to take you to, you shouldn't want to go to this spot yourself, right? What's the golden platinum rule? Golden rule: treat others how they want to be treated. Platinum rule: treat others how you want to be treated. So you breaking the platinum rule. You not you if you don't want me to take you here, so you don't want golden rule, so you want me to treat you how you want to be treated, right? I mean, yeah, treat you treat you want someone to treat you how you want to be treated, but you're not even treating yourself that way. It doesn't make sense. Help me understand. But yeah, going back to it, like my daughter, like I would tell her, like you got to make sure that you got your P's and Q's together, you on point. But when it's time, when that man, after y'all have had multiple conversations, y'all hung out, like I tell her, take your own money with you when you go out to, like if you're going out to lunch, so that means that you show that you can show that you are capable of taking care of yourself. But if he offers, that's a different story. But you gotta understand when someone offers you something, it may be something a tie to it. So the first couple times that y'all go on a date, nah, you pay your own bill. Pay your own bill. But then when it's time, when y'all make it as real as exclusive, it's just y'all two, y'all rocking, then you do it. But you still don't give up the buns. You don't give up the buns because, and hey, listen, I'm a man. I know how men think, right? Because okay, I'm gonna play it cool for the first couple times. All right, yeah, she pay for her own stuff. Then after that, I might, then she let me pay cool. I might pay the first, second. But by that third time that I don't pay for you, depending on how the dude is, right? If he an F boy, yeah, he gonna after that first time he paying, he ain't get no cheeks. He outie. He outie. So that's just what that is. But if he continues to do it, because I think about myself, like when I was younger, again, it's another like I'm digressing again. When I was younger, I was F boy for sure. But honestly, it wasn't until I met my wife. She held a standard. She had a standard. Even when I was sitting there, trying to, y'all seen the little clips on social media with the male lion trying to nudge the female lion. Let me get a little, let me get a sample. And then she hit him with the, trying to growl and bite him or whatnot. "Yeah, I'm good. She hit me with the Heisman a few times. I was like, I ain't gonna lie, my feelings was a little hurt because I'm so used to, hey, when it's go time, it's go time. I ain't never been told no in that capacity. So actually, I liked her so much that it made me tone it as like, man, like I don't know if you ever saw Think Like a Man. Um, what's that boy? What the dude with the Milk Dug had, right? The dude from 40-Year-Old Virgin. The that was with Maya, right? Megan Good, him. I forget his name. Romedy. I think his name Romedy or something like that. Him. Freak, Zeke the Freak, right? You know what I'm saying? He was used to getting his way with women and, just parlaying how you want to parlay. But she had standards. She held up to those standards. What'd he do? He fell in love. When you hold someone, if somebody really digging you and they trying to like pursue you, if you can hold your ground on your standards, I guarantee it. I guarantee it. If they want you, they're gonna abide by it, and it's gonna make your relationship that much stronger. I'm standing on it because I've seen it and I've experienced it myself. So I said that's all I'm saying. So again, with my kids, I gotta ingrain in them. Like You owe no one any. You don't owe anyone anything. You don't. You only owe them something when you actually make that commitment. My son, when you ready to make that commitment, like, all right, you know what? She's shown me that she has the characteristics that I look for, like that you would look for that your mom displayed with your father. Me and my wife have a great relationship. The I can't say we've ever argued ever in the time frame, the 4 years that I've been with his mom. We probably had my wife, well, dating, now married. And that first year we probably argued one time, and it wasn't even a major argument. It was, just nothing crazy, but the respect is there. Like again, this relate I've never experienced. Like my oldest son's mom, oh Lord, I can't even sit on the phone with her for 12 seconds without it being an argument. And it only and I'm not saying this, I'm not trying to play victim, but it ain't because of me, because I'm a Libra, man. We all about balance. If you met a Libra that likes to argue, that means you around the wrong person. Now we're opinionated like a mug. Like we gonna tell you how we feel, but again, like having these experiences is like it shapes your mind frame. That's why I tell myself, if I was it's crazy. If something was to happen to my wife or something happened to our relationship where we had to go our separate ways, right? One, I would fear dating again because I love where I'm at, right? But two, I I wouldn't trust any, and it's crazy because even when I think back on prior experiences to my wife, I'm like, a lot of those women was, no offense, trash, and I'm gonna tell you why. Tell you why they were trash. Not trash as individuals, but some of the actions that they took after the fact. One in particular, she was super cool. Had her own business. Well, she was building her own business. Trying to get her stuff together, education wise. Decided to cut ties on a physical level because of fear of whatever the case may be, which that wasn't even something that was in the atmosphere. But again, women's intuition. Mm. I'm air quoting if you're listening in on the podcast. I'm air but yeah, so she we could just be friends and hang out, continue what we're doing, just nothing physical. All right, cool, whatever. I ain't tripping. Um, because it wasn't for me, it wasn't about that. Like that's how I knew I was getting into my grown man bag. Like if I'm not focused on just having relations with you, sexual relations, um, that's how I know it's a real connection. Um, so yeah, so stop, on that level in the summer, right? So like June, late June, early July. Stop doing that. Then, she had to mess up and try to do something again. But you made it was on you. You said you didn't want to do nothing. Okay, cool, we not. But if you initiate, you initiate. It is what it is. I'm a man. That's what man. Hey, yeah. But then after that, I was like, yeah, I'm good. And then some information was shared with me that I wasn't appreciative of. So, because she was, we both started doing our own thing. We still was kicking it, having fun on our level, but we started, hanging out with other folks. So, long story short, mind you, this was over the summer. Come to find out, chick was pregnant by Thanksgiving. Pregnant by Thanksgiving. So you didn't want to do nothing physical with me anymore because you thought I was finna slide back into something else that I used to be in, which wasn't even a factor, right? You end up pregnant 4 months later. Mm, mm. But that's the thing, like again, I'm telling you, man, when you talk about dating, like a lot of these women out here cutthroat, man. They'll play victim to the T, or play innocent to a T. But man, one thing I've learned, my mother, she taught me this. My mother taught me this. Ain't no woman out here innocent. They all got skeletons. They all be and you hear it all the time when we talk about cheating, right? They say, man, men get caught cheating all the time because they don't care. And they was like, women, you would never know she was cheating because they real slick with it. Now, in some instance, that is true. Women can be a little more subtle, but you got men out here with whole families on the other side of town. Only thing that has exposed things now is because of social media. If it wasn't for social media, dudes would still be getting away with having families on the other side of town. Point blank, period. Prove me wrong. Um, yeah, so I share that because it's like I've gotten to a point now where it's like I don't have any more sympathy for women. Um, and I say that with as much grace as I can give. Like I love women. Like I love helping and supporting people, giving them what they need. Because again, I'm an educator, right? I'm in I'm serving young people or whatnot, and most of my students are women. But I'm to a point now where it's like, fool me once, shame on you. Can't be fooled again, right? I can't. You can't keep crying wolf when it comes to a lot of this stuff. You can't keep putting these unimaginable demands on someone when you don't even have like you don't even have no substance yourself, sis. Like I don't get it. I don't get it. And it hurts my soul because I'm like, it don't have to be like this. It doesn't have to be like this. But a lot of it that's just kind of where it's at. So yeah. So I'm just like, when we talk about dating and women and some of the things that they do, it's just I feel like it gets worse and worse and worse. And oh, do not get me started. Oh Lord, do not get me started on these game shows. Oh my God, Lord. What did we watch the other day? A couple weeks ago, man, we was watching the Ultimatum. Ultimatum, and don't get me wrong, it actually was a good. I don't really. I'm at a, excuse me. I'm at a point in my life where there's so much fake news out there or like everything is scripted. And I'm all about authenticity. Like I like things that are bare bone, improv, like in the moment, because I know that it's real. But a lot of this scripted stuff, it just it's so lifeless to me. And I'm like, and people really be focused on this stuff. Like I remember when I started watching Love and Hip Hop. When was Love and Hip Hop? Was that in high school? Was that college? It was it was my late teens, early 20s, right? But I would say probably by season three of it, like Hip Hop Atlanta, like the first couple, the first iteration of it before they went to New York and all these other places. Um, by that third season, I'm like, I can't watch this no more. It doesn't, it doesn't sit with my soul. And then too, man, we be exploiting our peoples, man. And I got another episode I'm about to drop that talks about that too, like the black community and how messed up we are. But the exploitation of us, and the negative like light that we're put in, I just couldn't. It makes me sick to my stomach, right? I said our ancestors are rolling over in their graves, watching down on us, seeing this, like, because they didn't fight as hard as they fought for us to be doing this garbage and saying it's entertainment because it's not. It's honestly a minstrel show, um, elevated to the level. Well, not even. I'm sorry, not elevated, but exploited through us. But I'll talk about that in another episode. But yeah, so I'm just like I'm watching that and like just hearing how these women think and the mood. Like it's so sickening, man. So sickening. But yeah, I'm watching Ultimatum and then we watch Love Is Blind. I think Love Is Blind. I think we got 10 minutes into the first episode. And I said, I'm not watching this garbage anymore. I couldn't. Because, and mind you, this wasn't even a black chick. This was, I don't know, she was some kind of European, but she had the fake lips. She had the boob job. Like she was, listen, why she squeaked when she walked. That's how plastic this person was. And that's a whole nother, man. See, even me talking about it, I get annoyed because I'm just like, it's so unauthentic. And you, not me specifically, but you coming to me saying, hey, if you want to be with me, you got to make six figures, you got to be 6 foot, you got to be slanging that thing, and it better not be no shrimp, right? Right? You want a nice chicken, nice sized chicken tender. You don't want that shrimp, right? But and I gotta make sure I gotta pay all I gotta make with those earnings, right? I gotta be able to provide a lifestyle that you want. I gotta take you to restaurants that's gonna break the bank, right? Uh, So it's just for me financially, it's just not conducive with a lot of the thinking. And then on the other end, when I ask, so what you gonna do? I'm gonna sit here with these fake ass lips, fake ass breasts, fake ass butt, make TikToks all day, um, go on live and eat seafood boils, um, and I might get an OnlyFans because I don't have any other way to contribute to the community because I'm lacking in that. Like you telling me I gotta have all these things that are essential to life, and you got all these materialistic things that have no substance at all, and you saying that if I don't have these things, I can't be with you. But the crazy part about it, she will find a guy that will do it. She'll find a guy that has low standards, no principles, don't stand on anything, but is just thirsty for somebody that looks good. And I'm air quoting, looks good, but they've had so much surgery, they're not even a real person anymore. They're AI almost. They're artificial. Not well, AE, right? We're gonna say AE, artificially engineered. They artificially engineered. They are AE. So for now, it ain't a BBW anymore. I mean BBL anymore. It ain't no breast implants. You are AE. What's that? You're artificially engineered. I don't like you. You suck. Because a lot of times, the people that get this stuff, they have no rhyme or reason for why they do it. Oh, I don't feel good about my body. Hey, your creator created you the way he created you. So if you don't believe in that, you're not you shouldn't be sitting here out here making changes to stuff. And quite honestly, you're only so you had and again, some people suffer from this stuff. And again, I'm not shaming, I'm not trying to shame folks. I'm just giving my hey, I got my First Amendment rights to speak how I want to speak. You doing this and then you get an OnlyFans? Hmm. Okay. You're a teacher at a school and you get a BBL. Okay. Who is this for? This for them kids? I doubt it. Oh, you in the church, in the choir. You got your lips done. I don't think that's gonna make you sing any better. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna do some things, come on now. But again, going back to the origin of this episode is to discuss the audacity that these women have when it comes to the standards of what they expect out of us men when it comes to courting and dating. Like, there's no way you can sit here and tell me I have to have all these things up to standard and ready to execute or executed already, and all you have to bring to the table is you, some coochie. Last time I checked, for every man, there's 4 women in the world. So if you're thinking that because you bring some coochie to the table, I'm supposed to be, oh, okay, cool, yeah, if that's the only thing you have to offer, you are trash. Trash. Throw it away. Tomato, tomato, tomato. Throw it away. Like if you only got some coochie to offer, the, mm-mm. Try that on the dude that don't get no ass for real. Try that on the dude that has no morals in life, no principles. They just out here living and doing stuff, and then that's how you end up with all these baby mamas out here. Then on top of that, let's add another layer. You got these men out here that don't prefer women. So now we're talking the percentage probably goes from 1 to 4, from 1 man for 4 women to 1 and 8. So for every 1 man, there's 8 women. Then again, Kevin Samuels, he had all the statistics. I'm not gonna go through all that, but I'm just saying, y'all need to get what the program says. And then on top of that, like y'all, this feminism, like, stop it. I get it. Like if being, for me, the being paid equal, yes, I agree with that. In sports, no. I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you want to get paid the same as a man in sports, play a man's sport. Play against men. You if it's football, you're not gonna last. Unless you this big juggernaut chick and you out here really moving people around. But 10 times out of 10, you're not gonna make it. Basketball. depending on the position, if you a center, oh, you can. Hey, I love me some. What's her name? What's her name? Liz. Liz. Man, what is that? Oh man, I think her name Liz. Some, starts with a C. Her last name Cambry. Whatever her name. Hey, whole situation out here. Listen, let me stop because I'm married. But never mind. My wife don't care. Hey, she a whole situation. She can get it. You feel me? Because I don't moved on from Skylar Diggins and I don't moved on from Candace Parker. Candace Parker don't know what she want to do in her life anyways. Anywho, but yeah, Liz, hey, Liz C, whatever your last name is, you good. You good in my book. But you going up against Joker, you going up against Capella, you going up against AD, like these dominant big men in the league, and y'all on some posts on just like in the post getting rebounds. Ain't no way. Only person that might have a chance with in against men is the only one who's trying to be a man. Brittany Grinder. She's the only one that probably got a chance to compete with men in the NBA. Granted, that's what basically what she want to be a man anyways. See how she look. Don't got her breast reduction to look more like a dude. She would wear a dress again. First of all, whatever. I can say what I want to say. I can't get canceled saying something like that. That's an observation. My objectivity is based on how she looks. This is what she wants to be. I'm not saying that's what she is. I'm still calling her her, but I'm just saying she's the only one I can say that might have a chance of banging with the bigs in the paint. But even with that, I don't know if that'll really work. Now, if it's a PG or even a shooting guard, you might, depending on height, if you got some height on you, you might be able to rock with it. But I don't see a Candace Parker banging in the paint with no big man. Even if it was, no, I ain't even gonna say Draymond Green. Draymond Green, man, he giving elbows and hitting. He might knock Candace out. But that's neither here nor but I say all that to say, we talk about all this feminism and all this other stuff, wanting to be equal as man. If you want to be equal as a man, and again, this goes back to that audacity. And you want to, or even add a layer of, oh, we doing everything 50-50, keep that same energy, right? Because if we keep it at 50-50, because people say, oh, well, our relationship is 50-50. I make 100,000 a year. You make 50,000 a year, right? I normally I take on the mortgage, you take on all the other necessities. But if you're really on that 50-50, when your check come and when my check come, when we pay that rent, we both split it down the middle. All the bills down the middle. Now, your take home monthly, right? 50,000, 12 months, that's 6K, right? That's 6K a month. After taxes is probably like 55. 55. mm, 54. 54, right? I'm at 100K, right? So double whatever you do, double that as far as what I make and what I take home. So you bring it home. So I'm bringing home 10, 10-8, right? 10-8, yeah, about 10-8. 10-8. So all together 15 in the household, 16 in the household. But hey, that we living pretty good, right? So that mortgage gonna be kind of stacked. So that mortgage might be about six, maybe 7, 8 thousand. We going half and half, right? It's 8 G's. That's 4,000. I still got 6,800 to my name. Where you at? You negative. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 6,800. You got $1,400. But I'm pretty sure you're gonna want that Mercedes, that nice Mercedes. What's the car note on that? 700? Yeah. So you got $700 to your name now. Oh, we still gotta pay that car insurance. Don't forget about that. 300, that's 150. So now you what? You down to what? 550? Oh, you gotta get your hair done because you want to get that hair done, right? You gotta get your nails done because that's a necessity. That's another what? $400? Sis, you got $100 to your name, $150 to your name after you don't pay small. Because we ain't even talked about the phone bill and all this other stuff. But you want to talk about 50-50. Child, please. Child, please. No relationship is 50-50. And for those who say 50-50, you're delusional. You're delusional. There is no way that if we go 50-50, down the middle, everything 50-50, that if you're not making what I'm making, you're gonna be struggling and you're gonna be mad because you're gonna say I should be doing more. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I know it's inevitable. Nothing in life is 50-50. There's always give and take. There's always a higher percentage depending on what's being asked of those individuals. Just like when you did a group project, there was always that one person in the group project that they did 70% of the work and everybody else divvied up the rest. Yeah, that's just how it works. So this whole living in denial, whole living in this fantasy of, oh, just because I speak it, that's what it is. Nah, it says reality is reality. So again, going back to that, this 50-50 stuff is trash. Don't talk to me about that. We need to and again, miss me with the whole, oh yeah, all these double standards. It's feminism, like you want to be equal. Nah, because if we gonna be equal at nighttime when somebody knock on that door or we hear a noise, you getting your ass up to go check and see what that noise is. If we doing this 50-50 and you want to be treated equal, all right, let's be equal then. Because here's what it is. It was traditional. Now it's modern. Now people want to add. They want to add this Traumatian model to it. Like, oh, we want to be traditional when we want to be traditional. We want to be modern when we want to be modern. So, nah, try that on somebody else. It ain't working. But all in all, it feels good to be back to talk my ish. Um, yeah, I missed it. I've been grinding, doing other things, taking care of business with the fam, making sure the kids and the wife and you know all my other obligations are squared away. But again, I appreciate y'all. Again, this is just me speaking on thoughts, man. There's no hate in my heart. There's no fear in my heart. I'm just here to, speak on things that I think are super important and maybe need more, not necessarily investigating, but let's take a hard look at what's going on and try to peel back the layers, man. Let's unpack it. Let's look what's really going on. What are people's thoughts and why do they think the way that they think? If I had to do it all over again, I would probably do my degree in psychology or anthropology or sociology, like one of those areas where you have to do a lot of critiquing and analyzing of people and how they move around. So, or even linguistics, I guess, for speaking purposes. But yeah, so again, if you haven't already, check me out. This video. Um, if you're listening through the podcast, you can YouTube, Nonstop Playing, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor. If you want to donate, you can go to the Anchor link on YouTube, on IG, nah_stop_playing. Yeah, support your boy. I like doing this. Again, I do it for fun. It's not for the monetary things because that takes a lot of work. So shout out to the people that really be doing this. So yeah, but I'm just glad to be back. And again, when it's all said and done, I'll be back with another serious topic. So happy New Year's, and I look forward to dropping some more content. So y'all be easy.